Hello everyone, welcome to the Rose Garden of Rome. The Rose Garden is located right in the very heart of ancient Rome. Let's have a look. This is the Rose Garden. This is the Circus Maximus, the stadium where horse races were happening in ancient Rome. These are the imperial palace ruins that were overlooking the Circus Maximus. And just a few steps away, right in this church, we have the Mouth of Truth that you can combine on a visit to the Circus Maximus and the Rose Garden. To get to the Rose Garden, you can just take the metro station, the metro to the metro station Circo Massimo, that is just a few steps away. And here you can see the fantastic background on the ancient Roman ruins of the Imperial Palace. So the location is spectacular, but this was also the place where ancient Roman, until the 3rd century BC, celebrated the goddess Flora, the goddess of flowers, and they did celebrations each year during spring. After that, the history of the garden continues as a vegetable garden and vineyards until the 1600s, when this will become a Jewish garden and cemetery. And this until the 1930s, when the Jewish community decides to move the cemetery somewhere else in the city and donates this garden to the city of Rome. That is why there is a Jewish inscription at the entrance, and the structure of the garden, the plan of the garden, is actually recalling the shape of the 7 branches menorah. This rose garden features up to 1,100 species of roses coming from different parts of the world, including China and Mongolia. The project of this garden comes from the idea of Mary Gailey Senni, an American countess that had a big passion for flowers and a great knowledge of botanics. She was American, she got married to this Italian count and remained to live in Italy. But now, let's have a look at what we came here for, the roses. This one is called Madame Anisette and it comes from Germany. It's white with this very light shades of pink. This one is Cécile Brunner and it's from France. This one's really bright. This is called Luci di Sanremo lights, and it's Italian rose. Look at this. This is my favorite. It's like a mix of colors, yellow and pink. I've never seen a rose like this. There's no name tag, so I don't know what's the name, but it's definitely very particular. This one is called Monferrato and it's a British rose. I love this color. All the roses I've showed you so far are the so-called modern roses, and here you have actually a genealogical map of one of the species. So they give you an example of how they study all the different generations of the roses. And then we have this little one all alone, Reu Worm, and it is coming from France. And then, of course, a classic, the red rose. This lady here is called Mauro and comes from Denmark. Oh, and look at this, I never saw a rose like this. This girl is called Sutter's Gold and she is coming from the US. So there are roses from all over the world, like for example here we have roses from Madagascar and Syria, and on the other side we have roses from Japan, but of course not all of them make flowers at the same time during the year. In fact, the rose garden is only open for a few weeks during spring and during fall, so you need to check the website for the precise days of opening. And this is because it's just nature that decides the opening days of the rose garden, because it depends on the season, on the rain, on the sun, on the weather and so on, if the roses bloom. The rose garden is divided into 2 sections and you can explore both of them. You just go down the stairs and cross the street and enter that gate. The visit of the garden is free and you don't need to book, but just in case, check the website for the latest updates. And I hope you like this little tour of the Rose Garden, and I provided some inspiration, especially in case you're planning for some romantic walks in the city of Rome. And if you like the video, just let me know and comment below and subscribe to my
our channel. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Ciao!